Hello and welcome to the Platinum video for Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. This is a survival crafting game based on the Lord of the Rings world. It is not canon. You play as dwarves and you go to Moria and essentially do some quests, roam around and yeah, do some survival and some crafting. Our first trophy here is for discovering the Elven Quarter. You saw that pop up on screen before. The trophy is a little bit delayed from when you actually first discover it to when you actually enter it. Some actually appear early, some appear late. There's a couple of the discover areas. This is essentially the second area in the world. So this is where you get like the tier 2 stuff essentially. Here, and there we go. Speak friend, discover the Elven Quarter. Then skipping back to the main base that we had at the very beginning of the game. Our next trophy is for crafting a full set of the Iron Hills armor. So this is one of the beginner sort of armor sets. You get the equipment you need from the Elven area, and that allows you to build the first set of armor here. Shortly after, we're back in our main base again here. This one's about an hour later. Finally got enough supplies to build our steel pickaxe. After crafting that bad boy, we do get another trophy. I just gotta find some of the equipment in our chests. You can see our base is very rudimentary here. And then yeah, once we get the leather, finally craft that steel pickaxe, giving us Miner's Helper. Into the mines now. This one's another discover sort of trophy. You can see, you know, this is sort of the game. You dig, you get some ores, you craft them, you make some armor, dig a little bit deeper, get some new armor, and you just keep rinsing and repeating. It's a very linear sort of survival game. It very much draws you down one singular path. There's not a lot of reason to go back to old areas. There's basically no reason. I do go back a couple times for a couple equipment things, but yeah. And you can see here again, as I mentioned earlier, there is the delay in the trophy actually popping and when you actually enter the area. So I've obviously clearly entered the area. And then as I'm exiting, we get the trophy delving onward. And you can see I'm a little bit confused on what that was, so I just pop it open and have a look, and that's for entering the Mines of Moria, which we're actually just leaving. Next trophy, a lot of the trophies are building or crafting all the different armor sets. The next one is for the Erebor set, and you can see here we get the covered to toe trophy for building a full set of those ones. This is a new area, so this is the one after the mines. It's a very nice area actually, very dark, but it's a very, very nice area. So this area is called the Lower Deeps. You can see right there, Lower Deeps. It's pretty much like a forest, an underground forest. It's really cool. Having, you know, I know it's not canon, but having the Moria and the mountain, the Erebor and that expanded in this sort of media is quite interesting. And you can see here there's obviously another delayed trophy for actually entering the area. I thought there wasn't one when I first entered the area, but there we go. We got to the mountain roots, and I'm going to open that one up because I'm a little bit confused on what that one was. Our first fighting trophy. So this one is a boss. He's an orc boss. Essentially what he does is he just constantly spawns through orcs. It took us a little while. We're actually going back here. This is in the earlier area in the Mines of Moria. So we got some new equipment from the Lower Deeps. Came back up with our shiny new great swords and some new armor. And we came in and fought this guy. So I've had this sped up, obviously. You can see all the little minions. Miles is over there trying to, you know, tank as many of them as he can while I'm fighting the main boss. As he finishes those up, more spawn in, of course. It's never a solo thing, so now I'm taking on the minions while Miles is taking on the boss. Doing a little bit of a run around because I'm very low on health in the bottom left hand corner there. And then I accidentally bring them to Miles, but then I take over the boss and I sort of run back to help him. And then now we've sort of got the boss all on his own, and because he's really low, there's two of us, we can easily just take him down like that. And so that was the first boss in Mines of Moria. Or return to Moria, I should say. You'd think the trophy would pop here, but no, it does not. A little bit delayed again, of course. And then there we go. A little bit late on the trophy. I don't know why the delay was so much, but it is what it is. So entering a new area. This one's a bit interesting. Had to sing a song for the door to open. We're actually a little bit confused. We spent probably a little bit too long walking around, wandering around to sort of figure out where to go. We didn't really know how to open the door, and then the option to sing at the statue came up, and yeah, enjoy the song.
The tombs of Durin, their final resting place. What an honor to see this.
Finally, after the song, we were able to get into the tomb essentially, but you know, as I've stated a couple times now, a bit of a delay. So just wandering around here, looting anything that's not nailed down. Fortunately, we can't rob the tomb of the king. I'm sure that would have had a lot of good stuff, but entering this random offshoot gives us remnants to be seen trophy, which is for remains to be seen, which is for entering the tomb. We're actually getting really close to the end here. This is one of the last sort of areas. This is where our final base is set up. So this is another sort of enter this area sort of trophy. Yeah, like I said, this is the final area. Our base is just sort of a little bit before this. By the end of the game, probably ran through here 100, 200 times, honestly. It's just that is a thoroughfare for a doorway. So risk your little light is the next trophy for entering Dwarrowdelf, which is the main halls of the dwarves. Back to our crafting trophy. You can see there's a bit of a theme here. Decked out, that's for crafting a full set of Belagost armor. And then shortly after that, we get a trophy for crafting all the weapons of the Western Slopes. So yeah, there's sort of 3 categories of trophies: entering areas, building all the weapons and armor, and then defeating a couple bosses here and there. There's not many bosses. I feel like the game was rushed towards the end, to be honest. I feel like the beginning of the game was really good. And there's the Westgate weapon craft trophy for crafting all those weapons to the Western Slopes that I mentioned earlier. So on to our next boss. This one, Miles did all the work on this one. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty much dead the whole time, running back and forth. Came in right at the end to give him a bit of a stab there, and then yeah, we get the trophy shortly after, once he dies and things like that. Miles died to the poison just there, but you know, luckily I'm around to offer a revive. Wouldn't have been a big deal anyway. It would have just ran back. Would have taken about 30 seconds because there's a spawn point right outside the door. Luckily, boss chambers in this game do not lock you out, which is quite nice. And there we go. False King deposed. And that is for defeating the Troll King. After defeating the Troll King, we were able to find all of the Durin's axe fragments, and that gives us Baruch Khazad for reforging Durin's axe. And then quickly again, memory of this place, that's entering the highway, which is essentially as it is a highway. It's how you get around all the other areas of the game really quickly. This one is for entering the Angry Caverns, Karadas the Cruel. Going through these really quickly now. Crafting a full set of Khazad armor is the battering ram trophy. Shortly after that, we get Eragoyan Weapon Craft for crafting a full Elven set. And then shortly after that, Deep's Weapon Craft for crafting all the weapons of the Deeps. The next trophy on our crafting list is Shadow's Bane. That's for crafting a legendary Dragon Spear. Miles and I hopped into a bit of a cheat world to do these because honestly we were a bit sick of it at this stage. True silver for crafting a full set of mithril armor, which is the best armor you can get in the game. And then master of all trades for crafting all dwarven masterworks. Guarded from despair for crafting a full set of Durin armor. Then shortly after that, we get into, we're going to need more mugs. That is for crafting all the different types of brews, or crafting a full set of brews is the actual proper description. And then we have hard-headed, crafting all the rare helms. Shortly coming up, we have shielded as well. That's for crafting all of the rare shields. So the reason why we went to a cheat realm, it wasn't because we didn't have the resources or didn't want to grind for the resources to build all of these weapons. The main problem that Miles and I found was it was very difficult to get all the blueprints for all of these weapons and armor sets. It was very, very difficult and very time consuming, and honestly we just wanted to play. We just wanted to finish the final boss because we had the final boss at this stage. Like we did everything else. So it was literally just the final boss for us. So the final boss, this is the second stage. The first stage is exactly the same as this. You stand behind the pillars, wait for the boss to attack the pillars. He will destroy them himself, sort of thing. And then you move on to the second stage, which is where we're at now. And you can see here we're doing the same thing. Instead of the boss destroying the pillars, we actually destroy the pillars this time. So you can see Miles and I are just smacking the pillars, but there's no threat to us. He doesn't spawn in any minions. He can't hit us behind the pillars. So there's really no threat to us. Honestly, Miles and I really thought this boss fight was an absolute just snore fest. It wasn't even a boss fight. Like honestly, it was barely a cutscene at best. Like you can see, this is on 350 times speed. It's not a fight. You don't need any gear for this fight, right? Because there's no threat. There's no threat to you. You're not relying on really weapons. Like here, once the sun comes out, you can start stabbing him. His hitbox is so weird. Miles and I was really struggling to find out exactly where we could hit him and where he would hit us. Essentially, it's the legs. You can see him like he's really just sort of like pushing us all over the place, and we're struggling to hit him a little bit there. It's a little bit hard to see when it's sped up, but we did struggle a little bit to hit him and things like that because his hitbox is just so weird. But then finally we finish him off. Finish off the dragon. And then that gives us a darkness is passing for killing the shadow dragon. So there's only one more trophy left, excluding the platinum. And this one is for Dimril weapon craft. I don't know how we didn't get this one before. It's a little bit glitchy, but that's for crafting all of the weapons of the east slopes. And then that gives us our platinum trophy. Decorated for unlocking every trophy. So in total, in the end, there was 5 gold, 12 silver, 10 bronze, and 1 platinum trophy. Took about 25 hours, 25-30 hours in the end. I thought it was a fun game until the very end. I thought the end was a little bit rushed. But yeah, overall, I thought it was an alright platinum. Wasn't the greatest, probably going to give this one a C tier at the end of the year, but obviously when we get to the end of the year, we'll have a discussion around that one and a bit more of a think around then. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next Platinum Trophy video. Thank you.